Okay, this is a new decade, ladies and gentlemen. The new decade, really, I am very prepared for this decade. The last decade, I've actually been blessed with the last decade. The last decade, I was appreciated and I appreciate everyone, most people in my life. I achieved a lot of things in the last decade. I will not name my achievement, but I achieved a lot of things that I wish to achieve in the last decade. I mean, just achieving the fact that you are alive and you've maintained your self-care very well, that's also an achievement. So achievement is different from everyone and everyone's perspective, but I achieved a lot, and I've been humbled by the people that have been brought in my life to help me do so. So today I'm not gonna dwindle down on my achievement or whatever and my successes, but I'm just so humbled. Today I want to talk about how to maintain failure, or how to accept failure and rejection. There's a lot of people that a lot of books, a lot of seminars, a lot of gurus, a lot of courses that will tell you how to be successful and how to accept success, but there's no courses and there's no manuscript on how to accept failure and rejection. I found that a lot of people that I speak to, and a few people that I mentor, because I'm also a mentor, um, they have it. They have a problem in accepting failure and rejection. I just want to say and teach today that failure is not a bad thing. You have, in most journeys of life, you definitely have to fail first in order to succeed. And a lot of successful people had to fail several times in order to succeed, but they had to accept the failure and say, I failed this, but what is the lesson in what I failed? So it is into, like, you have to learn the lesson in what you failed in order for you to maintain a next level of success. Because with failure, the lesson learned is what will bring you to the success that you want to be in. um People don't want to accept rejection. Sometimes rejection is protection. You might be being protected from something, the most high or the omnipotent, whichever, what is your religious persuasion, you should know that spiritually sometimes we are protected by a few things. So the rejection is not really a bad venture or a bad thing to happen to people. And so where you see failures in life is how you acquire the lesson in the failure. Uh, I've read so many successful businessmen that accepted failure several times and became to their optimal level, to the where they need to be, by just accepting that, and loving on yourself regardless of the situation that you're in, right? So a lot of our people, they don't like, I realize a lot of our people, they will go to seminars, they will go to learning institutions, but they will not really learn much in that institution, and they do not like to take the principles out of what they've learned. So there's a multi-millionaire musician, entrepreneur really now, called Master P. I watched his program where he was talking to his children about failure and success. He said that right now he wants to teach people financial literacy, group economics, and ownership, because he learned from his failures of signing certain contracts that, you know, limited his financial literacy, limited his group economics in order to help his community. So he'd say to his son that he would invite a lot of people to the workshops of learning financial literacy, learning group economics, but not a lot of people would come to that. But people will go to his music concert. So in life, it's really your priority. What do you prioritize? How do you want to prioritize wealth? A lot of people, yes, achievement is nice, but it's time now. The new decade is about being wealthy as a group of people or as an individual. Me personally, I'm looking for wealth. You know, the man said, Master P, as I'm talking about, this multimillionaire, is actually written in the World Book of Guinness records, as selling most platinum albums. But that's not neither here or there. The fact that he paid $25,000 to Michael Jackson's lawyer to teach him what to do, to sit down and teach him about contract law, to sit down and teach him about financial literacy. You have to invest in your learning process in order to get the principles out of what you need to learn. You also have to invest into how to learn to maintain failure and accept the lesson. So what I'm trying to do this decade, I suggest I will aim to sort of do more reviews or research around successful, wealthy people, how they actually accepted failure and rejection, because there's a lot of them, in order to be where they are in life, right? The pursuit of happiness is there, but also the pursuit of self actualization and self acceptance is the most important thing in life. Whilst you learn to accept what you go through in life and what you call success, it is imperative that you will become wealthy, whether in spirit or in life or in assets. I remember one time I went, last decade anyway, I can't believe I'm saying a decade. I went to a family party and I met this extended family member, and she started talking to me, saying to me, oh, proudly, she's like, I'm a probation officer. I'm a probation officer. I felt so pity for this young lady, because for her, success was being able to work for the system and becoming a puppet for the system. For me, success is about ownership, acceptance of your failures, and build an empire for your community and a legacy for your children. That is success. Most people are not taught what real success is, right? Hence why when certain society called systematic society will tell you that you send your children to uni, colleges, whatever, to study a certain discipline to make them slaves in the system, not knowing that some young people do not want to be that. They want to be entrepreneurs and they want to do ownership. So their parents would see that as failures. They will say, don't pursue your passion because you are going to fail. No, being being wealthy takes a great risk. You have to be a risk taker to be wealthy, right? And you have to be willing to learn from the lesson, the mistakes that you're meant to do. But I guess it's embedded in most people's DNA through childhood, through learning, through society, systematic society, parents, and whatever, that in order to be successful, you have to embark on an institutional course and a discipline which entails you to go back in the system and give back those skills into the system that will make you wealthy. Yes, to a certain degree, if you are one who does that with wisdom and then not stay in it forever. But those that are inventors, those that are look to, that look to generally build for their community, are usually failures many times, and they're usually risk takers. But what they do, they learn from the lesson of failure. So this new decade, make sure you know what you want, you can learn, make sure you put yourself in knowledgeable positions, make sure you surround yourself around people that are knowledgeable and are able to support you in your knowledge and in your wealth of knowledge, and are able to assist you when you do make a mistake, able to assist you to learn the lesson within the mistake. So Happy New Year and Happy New Decade. Successful decade for everybody. I will be coming more with a lot of video talks and a lot on YouTube. I'll be, working on my channel more and more.